right long before the Galactic Council rose, before the empires and trade routes and artificial suns. There were wars so vast that even memory recoiled from them. The victors of those wars built weapons, not of destruction but of preservation, guardians forged to protect young worlds from what lurked in the void. One such guardian was left on Earth. It was not a ship, nor a machine in the ordinary sense. It was a fusion of living code and unyielding alloy, buried deep beneath the planet's crust, asleep until the right moment. Its mission was simple: awaken only when humanity could no longer survive without it. But the Council did not believe in such legends. They laughed at the whispers of forgotten guardians, dismissing them as myths told by primitives. They were wrong. The galaxy trembled the day the darkness returned. It began at the fringes, colonies snuffed out without warning. Fleets sent to investigate never reported back. Survivors spoke of shapes that consumed starlight, of weapons that weren't weapons at all but devourers of energy and matter. Entire sectors fell in weeks, the Council argued. Some claimed it was exaggeration. Others insisted humanity, as usual, was to blame. And while they bickered, the darkness spread. On Earth, something stirred. Seismic tremors rippled through the Pacific. Satellites failed, their systems fried by pulses of unknown origin. Then the ocean itself split open, revealing a structure that defied reason. Towers of obsidian alloy, glowing veins of light, and at its heart, a figure rising taller than mountains. The Guardian had awakened. Its eyes burned like dying suns. Its form shifted, part machine, part geometry, part nightmare. And though it did not speak, every human felt its voice inside their bones. I am the forgotten. I am the protector. The void comes, and I will stand. The Council panicked. Spies reported that a colossal entity had risen from Earth's seas, and worse, that it obeyed no one but humanity. Some called for its destruction, fearing a power they could not control. But before they could act, the darkness reached Sol. It came as a storm of blackened vessels, each built from the corpses of conquered fleets. Neptune was the first to fall, its moons gutted and reshaped, Saturn's rings scattered as the enemy advanced. A tide of annihilation sweeping inward. The Guardian moved from Earth's orbit. Humanity watched as their sentinels surged into battle. Its arms became rail cannons that fired not projectiles but condensed singularities. Its chest released beams of white fire that carved through shadow holes as though they were mist. For the first time since its return, the galaxy saw what humanity's myth truly was. But the darkness was endless. For every ship destroyed, 10 more emerged from the void. They struck with weapons that bent space, unraveling fleets with a touch. Even the Guardian staggered beneath their fury, its alloy hide scarred, its core dimming. Humanity rallied what ships they had, frigates, destroyers, carriers, fighting alongside their ancient protector. It was not enough. The Council, still divided, refused to send aid. To them, Earth was expendable. To them, humanity was a shield to buy time. They underestimated both. When the darkness breached Mars's defenses, the Guardian unleashed its true power. It reached into the void itself, warping reality around its frame. Entire shadow armadas collapsed into singularities, screaming as time fractured and light twisted. Humanity's fleets charged into the chaos, railguns pounding, missiles detonating in blinding arcs. For a moment, for a breath, the darkness faltered, but it did not break. The Guardian fell back toward Earth, its energy spent. Towers along its frame cracked, its once brilliant light dimmed. Humanity feared it was lost again. Yet even in its fall, it raised a shield of force around Earth, unbreachable, unyielding. The darkness recoiled, not defeated, but wary. For the first time, it had met resistance it could not consume. It retreated into the far reaches of space, leaving only silence in its wake. Humanity survived, but only just. Across the stars, the galaxy trembled. The Council convened in panic. Their arrogance shattered. Their fleets had been erased, their colonies devoured, and only humanity, with their forgotten guardian, had stood firm. No longer was Earth dismissed as a backwater. Now it was whispered with awe and dread. The Guardian slept once more beneath the oceans, its core flickering faintly. Humanity stood guard above it, no longer naive, no longer underestimated. They knew the darkness would return, and when it did, they would rise again, not alone, but with the protector who had always been there. Waiting, the galaxy would never again laugh at humanity's myths, because myths had teeth, myths had claws, and one myth had returned to remind them all. The forgotten Guardian returns, and the galaxy trembles.